Alright, today we're going to talk about some of the things the game could be a lot better about telling us. Last time on Mecha Break Z, the ultimate currency guide had people asking me other questions that didn't have anything to do with currency. So after answering a few, I figured why not another video to cover them all.
Serenith, engage.
If you haven't seen the last video and need to know anything about how to get any of the money in the game, definitely check that out after this. And be sure to subscribe for more Mecha Break guides and other videos I've got cooking up. First things first, we're gonna start here in the Striker Bay. There are some basics and other obscured features here that you probably don't use because you didn't know they were there. Regarding this big guy right here, the one that you see all the time, you can send them home and get a new one by clicking on this button here. Switch Break Striker. To some, this might be obvious, but in my studies I've learned that some people think the game just decides so you're gonna play with that random. I think it's really funny anyone would come to that conclusion, but hey, to each their own. Now, if you do want to combat the whims of statistical odds, then you can press this button here to select your default striker for each mode. Single or co-op, ranked or casual, free-for-all or in co-op mode, whatever you need, you'll come to the section, the strikers that you want to use. When you unlock a new striker, they'll be added to your default striker list automatically, so remove them if you don't plan on using them in every mode. There is some mystery behind this system. If you and someone else only select one striker as a default, does the one with better ping get it? Or a higher KD? I don't know. I'm actually not certain. I'm sure data miners will find out, and I'll let you know when they let me know. If you're looking to link up with friends, you'll have to join a squad. You'll do so by clicking here. You'll be able to see your friends from all kinds of platforms. This section will show your Mecha Break friends. Here will show your friends from the platform that you're on, be that Steam or console. You'll be able to add more friends here. Your friend requests show up here, and there are other sections to be covered in a little bit. Now, this comms button here takes you to the same interface that we just were when you go through the squads button. You have no maidens, so base will always be empty. Last I've checked, adding people is case sensitive, so be sure to get their pilot name exactly as they've written it. You can also nickname your friends. You'll click on more, come to edit nickname, and you can type what you want here. Who are you? And there you go. There's your nice little nickname for your friends that you add. If you click on more, it'll show you more information. And if you click on check info, you'll be able to see everything about that friend, so you can be the perfect little stalker that you like to be. Selecting a game mode will show detailed stats and match history for that player on the right side of the screen. Base invites are here also, and I've never once turned the game on with the intent to do that, so that's all the information I have for you. Maybe if this game had a story mode or PvE mode that used the base hub for anything at all, but I'm rambling now.
Inferno, about to lay down the barrage.
Back at the Striker Bay, Recruit will show you listings for anyone who needs someone to fill in their squads. You can also publish your own recruitment. Just fill out the relevant information here, the gameplay type that you're looking for, the language you prefer, if you want voice chat on or off, and if you want the game free to join or private. Then, you just have to hope people will know to even look here. But if you share this video, your friends will know. We went over missions in the currency guide. Again, check it out. Very detailed, very nice. We're gonna go here again on the top left to view your pilot reports. Take a gander here. This is your reputation. TLDR, don't be a dick. You can regain your rep over time if you lose some by getting kudos or even just playing the game. Additionally, you can snitch on other dicks. They like that here. So if your rep falls all the way down below 60, you won't be able to play Mashmak or ranked until you get to be at a better standing. You can see your seasonal stats from any mode by selecting it. The right side of the screen will show your last 20 games, just like when you view your friend's player card. If you click on a match, it will show you the stats screen from that game. And if you happen to click on yourself here for some reason, you're gonna view your player card in like a view only mode. You won't be able to actually see the replays and such here. Speaking of replays, on this screen, if you hover over a match, you'll be able to view the replay of that game. Remember, it only keeps the last 20. Not all my games are ass. I have a pretty decent win rate. Finally, if you're like me and didn't have any idea how to understand this crap, you can click on this button that I didn't know was here until I started recording the video, and you'll get a data breakdown. You'll see that kill participation, DPS efficiency, fire focus efficiency, damage intake and repair output are calculated with these formulas here with the stats you'll be able to see, in each particular game and such.
Pilot proceeding on board. Injecting Coaxium particles. Pilot sync rate stable. Mind bridge initiated.
Obtain keys from 3 data terminals to seize the base's main turret. A key will periodically be generated at one of 3 data terminals. Seize and upload the keys to the turret before your enemy.
Falcon, engage.
Next, in the pilot report, you can view the combat log. Remember when you started this game and the first 30 minutes were dope as fuck? And it was like this single player epic with cool boss battles and cutscenes? Key Intel has those cutscenes. It's where you got briefed for Mashmak and Operation Verge, and this was also the only time where base exploration was mandatory. Like for real, I thought we would be coming back. I took time trying to memorize the layout and everything, and I've already forgotten it because I haven't had to do it again. The Ace Archive is a controversial area. You will be able to view and learn information about the pilots for particular strikers here. You'll get a little bio and you'll see all the details. If you click on view video, you'll open a browser and you'll get to see the video. Hopefully we get a PvE or story mode that they talked about with IGN that makes these pilots mean something to us, because if you read all of this, I still don't know why Adrian is important as this man's father. Who the fuck is Adrian? I don't know.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Remember earlier when we talked about when the game had those cool missions with the banger cutscenes and shit? Right before it throws you into this PvP only game and blue balls the whole fuck out of you because they had me fully invested into their anime intro? You can replay those missions here. Click on them and you get to start. Why did they hide this? Why are there no achievements for this? This could be like Warframe or something with challenges to kill a certain number of NPCs or to beat it in a certain amount of time without taking a amount of damage. They can RNG their enemies, maybe throw a Welkin in there at the end to fight when you fight that big giant robot shit. Can we mod this game yet? Can y'all do that?
Useless to run when Falcon has eyes on you.
Back in the pilot report, you can view the leaderboard. You won't even get a rank until you're champion 5. And Mashmak has a game limit. I've reached the game limit. Previously, it told me, a few more games until you're ranked. I'm still not ranked, so I must do more, apparently. You can sort the leaderboard by success rate, supplies extracted, and various other statistics based on the game mode that you pick. This criteria makes sure you stalkers with preferences get all your fixations met. You can filter by your entire career or per season. We currently have one season, this one. So that's what we get to see, season 0. You can message anyone here, but don't do that. Or try to team up with them. Because that's cringe as fuck.
And upload keys to the base's main turret. Key generates at point C in 60 seconds.
Back in the lobby part of the Striker Bay, when you're here in the Switch Break Striker screen, you'll be able to see all of the stats of the Striker you're using. It'll go over every little detail from HP, energy, fluid armor, mobility, your fire control system, stability, and adaptability. If you hover over other Strikers, you'll see their stats show up, but it's like annoying to scroll through them or like scroll and then pick the mech to compare. So you'll be better off just switching to the Striker you want to see, and then now you'll get their stats showed up on the right side. This could have been laid out better to compare strikers in my opinion, unless you're taking screenshots on your own. Now we're gonna move over to the weaponry tab. In this likely underused area, you'll be able to review all the relevant information for each weapon on your selected striker. It's important to check this as you're learning your strikers to be made aware of little nuances in their abilities. Like when I thought Stellaris' little throwing knives were useless, then I learned they break the enemy lock on, and now I spam them. Clicking on a weapon will show specifically where that weapon is located on the striker or which part of the striker uses that weapon. This would be much more useful or interesting interface if you could preload weapons when you load into Mashmak, because then you can see them on your person or what have you. It shows you the little icon when you're on your UI. I think that's cool.
Stellaris, sneaking up for a backline ambush.
Next, Tactical Station, Boot Camp. Do it. If you want to get good at this game, you're gonna want to do this. You're gonna have tutorials for ones that you haven't even tried yet, and once you get through those, you'll have your challenges. The little lady voice is gonna tell you everything you need to know about your striker and its abilities. And I highly recommend you do this before seriously getting into any game mode.
Tutorial complete.
The training room. It was almost like a week before I knew this was here, and I've been playing the game. There's a few things we're gonna go over to make getting around easier in this environment. First things first, I'm on PC. You might have different buttons there, but fuck with me, all right? F1, your manual. This is gonna show you your keybinds for whatever platform you're using. Nice and straightforward. It also will explain the HUD, your targeting systems, and the status advisories that you're gonna be bombarded with all the time. And after a while, doesn't it become kind of musical? All the beeps and boops and alerts that are important, unlike the ones on a Windows 11.
Insufficient engine output. Enemy tower. Double kill.
So it's worth learning what all these means. Your weapon overview. This will reflect your custom controls, and it explains, without the damage numbers or stats listed from the striker bay, what each weapon does and how it affects the opponent or yourself in relevant circumstances. Your striker settings, we're gonna skip over to this one really quickly. This only applies to yourself. It didn't tell you that anywhere. It should be much more clear. You're gonna have the button to switch strikers, like so. Takes you right back to the previous menu. You'll switch strikers and load right back in if you need to. It's very quick and very easy. The menu, your pause button. This is the same options we just went over, except in the pause menu. Congratulations on having freedom of choice. Now I hope you're sitting down when I tell you this. If you're on your second screen or something, don't panic, but I'm giving you a warning. You can call in your airdrops for Mashmak into training mode. Any airdrops that you would use in Mashmak can be brought in here to test. It's the same way. You'll press the button to call them in, select it, pick your spot, call it in. All supplies will be returned to you, even that beacon there. You'll also get your ammo given back to you when you leave training mode, but you'll only have access to the ammo you load into your weapon crate. Keep that in mind. You don't have infinite ammo. You can also access your cargo like you would in Mashmak mode to experiment switching weapons on the fly or using something you find like you do when you're out there in the streets. As usual, you can switch between your cargo weapons and your default striker weapons. Now the last thing we're going to go over here is your training settings, the button that we skipped earlier, F3. Your striker settings, we're going to go here first. This is pretty self-explanatory. The testing AI striker module means will the bot in front of you move and be AI or not. And auto respawn means will it respawn? Do you want that or not? This noise is so annoying. You can spawn in other strikers from Mashmak mode, including whole ass squads of the NPCs to fight against, to train, test your weapon efficiency, especially against Welkin, because we're all gonna want to kill him ASAP. Dummy striker type, Misa Matrix. these are the break strikers we use. You know them, you love them. We know who these guys are. We fuck with them the most. These are the boys. These are the squads. I think some of them are girls. These are the ladies. The next one we're gonna cover is on the HP side. This will summon a weakened Tricera. This will enable practicing your healing abilities with, you know, the healing ones. The other factions here will list the NPCs that you can encounter in Mashmak mode. There are 3. The Volturia Alliance, the Signia Union, and the Thalassic Federation. I've not heard these words said aloud, so I hope I did that right. Hovering over these selections will show you what you can expect. So this will spawn 4 NPCs, 3 again, 3 different ones, and this is the whole ass squad. Each alliance does have a similar breakdown. There's going to be grounded cannons, various infantry, and a mini boss of some sort that accompanies it. They also have some lore with them. If you hover over them, you'll see here that the Volturia Alliance is a loose alliance primarily focused on economic trade and cooperation, with military collaboration still in its initial stages. A little interesting, but again, I don't know what any of this fucking means. And this one looks like a generic melee style striker. This one is like an early version of Vulcan with the Warhammer back there. The Signia Union appears to follow an aerial ballistic theme, something like an early model Falcon. The Thalassic Federation looks like to be heavy artillery with a Gatling gun. They have the full automatic weapons, and it looks like an early version of Stego almost. And the last one, the last faction isn't listed, but it's the best faction. It's the group of you who liked the video and subscribed to the channel, shared it with your friends. You know, you guys are the best. So one last bit before we wrap up the video, there are some settings that I think you guys should look at. You're gonna go to settings, right? And we're gonna go to your controller settings. Mine says mouse and keyboard, yours may say controller. What you can do is hit striker and switch to break striker, and now you can set specific controls for Falcon, which I think is important because if you do play Falcon, you know those movement controls are a pain in the ass and you gotta get them all down. But those buttons may not feel the same when you're using a leash list, so you can have different controls for each striker and really fine-tune that. I think that's dope. Don't ignore that feature. You can also set your pilot controls for when you lose a Mashmak and you have to fly around. I didn't realize they were different, and I wondered why I couldn't descend the same way before, but now I'm gonna fix that right now. We're gonna go to accessibility next. In the general tab, we're gonna look for the squad mate indicator right here and turn that on in each mode. You want this on, there needs to be no excuses why you can't tell where your team is. After watching this video, you're automatically a better player by turning this on. Next one, in Mashmak mode, your quick pickup. You can run up to a box, press your quick pickup button, and it'll only get loot of that quality. It could be off. I keep mine at rare because rare is the perps. There you go. You can also set your prioritized target type. If you want to not engage in PvP immediately, turn it on like this. Maybe they'll realize you're not an immediate threat. You can also set a toggle for your auto lock on when you're in sniper mode. I think that's important. If you're good at it, or maybe they're closer or a little bit farther than your range, you need to use the auto lock on toggle. You can just have it off, but I like the toggle, it's way better. You can go to your privacy here and you can set if you can get friend requests from strangers, if you want to appear offline and things like that, if people in chat can message you. This might be useful if you're a popular streamer or on the leaderboards and don't want people stalking you, because I told everyone how to stalk people in this video. And lastly, this game's UI is completely customizable, and I think it's cool as hell, and I need you guys to know about it. So you're gonna go here to custom layout, and you can click and move everything. You can make this bigger or smaller. You can make the mini map like bigger. Like, that's so cool. I've not seen that in other games before, that you can do stuff like this. Like, I think it's the coolest thing. Completely. You can even hide shit if you don't want to see it. And that's it. That's the video, guys. Thank you again for watching. I'm working on another guide soon. I do believe it'll probably be on Mashmak. I browse the forums and Reddit boards a lot because I don't have any real friends to talk to about this game, and I thought you guys might enjoy the video, and I had some thoughts I'd like to share. I'm gonna probably do like a video talking about the game too at one point. Alright, you got me. I just don't have any friends.
Enemy down.
I was was hoping you'd last longer.
Checkpoint clear.